There's something different about you, isn't there? While the world sleeps, your mind races. You wake up at odd hours. Your dreams feel more like messages than random images, and a strange urgency pulls at your spirit. It's not just insomnia. It's not just overthinking. You're experiencing something deeper, something spiritual. And if you've ever felt like your nights are more intense than most, you're not imagining it. The truth is, the chosen ones don't rest like everyone else. Their nights are filled with battles, revelations, and moments of divine clarity. While others drift into unconsciousness, they are called into awareness, sometimes through prophetic dreams, sudden wake-ups, or an overwhelming need to pray. It's as if the universe itself refuses to let them sleep without first receiving what they need to know. And, let's be honest, this can feel exhausting. But here's where most people get it wrong. These nightly experiences aren't just random occurrences. They're part of a greater spiritual training. Each sleepless hour, each vivid dream, each moment of solitude serves a purpose. These are not signs of weakness or restlessness. They are signs of preparation. Because those who are chosen are not meant to live ordinary lives. They are meant to lead, to heal, and to bring light where others see only darkness. And let's talk about the feeling of being set apart. Have you ever noticed that the more you grow spiritually, the more disconnected you feel from certain people, places, or habits? This isn't a coincidence. The path of the chosen one is not about fitting in, it's about rising above. And sometimes that means walking alone for a season. But don't mistake isolation for abandonment. You are not alone, you are being refined. This journey isn't just about surviving the night, it's about understanding its purpose. Because when you start recognizing why these things happen, you stop fearing them, you stop questioning your own experiences, and instead, you step into them with confidence, knowing that each night holds a lesson, a revelation, a transformation that brings you closer to your destiny. So, if you've ever wondered why your nights feel different, why your dreams speak to you, why you wake up feeling both drained and enlightened, why you carry a sense of responsibility you can't explain, this is for you. Because what happens in the dark isn't meant to break you, it's meant to awaken you. And once you understand this truth, everything changes. Some people walk through life without ever questioning the unseen forces around them, but chosen ones, they feel eyed especially at night. When the world sleeps, their minds race, their spirits stir, and their souls seem to battle forces beyond the physical. It's as if the universe tests them, throwing vivid dreams, unsettling thoughts, and deep spiritual unrest their way. And yet, this is not chaos, it's a call to awaken, to refine their purpose, and to rise stronger than before. Ever wondered why darkness amplifies doubts? It's because night is when the mind slows down, making room for spiritual interference. The chosen face this head-on, sensing energies shifting, feeling an invisible weight pressing against them. Some wake up in cold sweats, heart pounding, unsure of what just happened. Others dream of cryptic messages, symbols, or even shadowy figures that challenge their faith. It's not just a dream, it's a test, and passing it requires unwavering spiritual strength. Many seek explanations, turning to science or logic, but deep down they know there's more to it. Buddhism teaches that the mind, when unguarded, becomes a playground for illusions and distractions. The Buddha himself faced temptation and trials under the Bodhi tree before reaching enlightenment. Similarly, the chosen endure these nightly battles, not as punishment, but as preparation. Each struggle refines them, making them more resilient, more attuned, and more aligned with their divine mission. But how do they fight back? Awareness is the first weapon. Recognizing these experiences as spiritual tests rather than random disturbances shifts everything. A simple practice? Before bed, speak affirmations of abundance and prosperity, setting an intention to receive only divine wisdom. Keep a notebook nearby. Those midnight awakenings might hold the exact guidance they need. The more they embrace the battle, the more they reclaim their spiritual power. It's not just about server-valets, about transformation. Those who endure spiritual warfare at night often emerge with newfound clarity, wisdom, and wealth in understanding. They start to see beyond the surface, decoding messages that were once hidden in plain sight. Even in Buddhism, the path to enlightenment isn't a straight road. It's a series of trials meant to strip away illusions. The chosen are on this path, navigating obstacles that are shaping them for something greater. Still, the biggest mistake? Ignoring the signs. Some brush off the sleepless nights, the gut feelings, and the recurring dreams as nothing more than coincidence. But the spiritually aware know better. They see patterns. They feel shifts. They listen. And when they lean into these experiences, instead of running from them, they unlock deeper levels of spiritual prosperity and wisdom. The battle may be intense, but so is the reward. And yet, one question lingers: why? Does this always seem to happen at night? Why do chosen ones feel this divine pull when the world is asleep? The answer lies in the stillness, in the quiet whispers of the universe that only reveal themselves when distractions fade. There's a reason the chosen ones struggle with sleep. It's not insomniates a divine pull. While others drift into unconsciousness, they lie awake, feeling an urgency they can't explain. Thoughts race, emotions stir, and an unshakable feeling of something bigger takes hold. It's as if the universe is whispering, nudging them to pay attention. And deep down, they know they weren't meant to sleep through this moment. Many dismiss these restless nights as stress or an overactive mind, but the spiritually attuned recognize a higher calling. This is when prosperity of wisdom flows in, when divine messages surface, when clarity strikes like lightning. Ever noticed how breakthrough ideas, sudden realizations, or profound emotions tend to hit at 3 a.m.? That's no accident. It's the universe working overtime, shaking them awake literally and figuratively. Buddhism teaches that the mind is most receptive when external noise fades. That's why monks wake before dawn for meditation, aligning with the silence of the world. The chosen experience this same pull, only stronger. Their sleepless nights aren't just about them. They're about spiritual wealth unfolding, guiding them toward a path they can't yet see. The stillness amplifies their intuition, urging them to listen, reflect, and act. So, what should they do in these moments? Ignore. The clock time is irrelevant in spiritual matters. Instead, lean into the pull. Journal thoughts, meditate, or simply sit in silence, allowing divine insights to flow. Some find that reading scriptures, Buddhist texts, or wisdom-packed books like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill sparks breakthroughs. Others feel compelled to pray, to seek clarity, to connect with the divine in ways they never have before. It's tempting to resist, to force sleep, to drown out the whispers with distractions, but the chosen know better. They understand that abundance isn't just financial, it's an overflow of knowledge, of purpose, of divine connection. The more they embrace these moments, the clearer their path becomes. What if that midnight stirring isn't random? What if it's a direct call to step into something greater? Yet, this urgency isn't always comfortable. The weight of spiritual responsibility can feel heavy, isolating even. Why them? Why now? These are the questions that keep them up at night. But here's the truth. This isn't a burden, it's an honor. Not everyone is given the gift of awareness. Not everyone is called to higher alignment. The sleepless nights? They're proof of prosperity and purposa, sign they are meant for more. And so, as they navigate these restless moments, one realization emerges. Sleep isn't the goal, alignment is. Because when the divine speaks, the chosen don't roll over and ignore it. They rise, they listen, they act. And in doing so, they open themselves to even deeper experiences that often come through powerful, prophetic dreams. Dreams are not just random images stitched together by the mind. For the chosen ones, They are messages' direct transmissions from the spiritual realm. While others dismiss their dreams as meaningless, the spiritually attuned know better. Every symbol, every conversation, every bizarre sequence holds a deeper truth. Sometimes it's a warning. Other times, it's a glimpse into the future. But one thing is certain, these dreams are never ordinary. Ever had a dream so vivid it felt real? That's no coincidence. Prophetic dreams often come with an undeniable intensity. Colors are richer, sounds are clearer, and emotions linger long after waking. Some dream of wealth flowing into their lives before it happens. Others see symbols of prosperity and abundance, only to later recognize them in real life. These aren't just dreams. They are blueprints of destiny, waiting to be deciphered. Buddhism teaches that dreams reflect the state of one's consciousness. The Buddha himself received visions that guided his spiritual journey, revealing truths beyond the physical world. The chosen experience something similar. Their dreams reveal spiritual battles, divine assignments, or even encounters with higher beings. Some wake up with a name, a phrase, or an image burned into their mind's glues meant to guide them toward their purpose. But here's the challenge. Most people forget their dreams within minutes. That's why the chosen must be intentional. Keeping a dream journal isn't just a suggestion, it's a necessity. Writing down every detail, even the smallest ones, can unlock hidden patterns and deeper meanings. Some discover recurring symbols that confirm their spiritual prosperity. Others recognize guidance they would have otherwise missed. The key is to treat dreams with the reverence they deserve. Of course, not all dreams feel divine. Some are unsettling, filled with chaos and confusion, but even those serve a purpose. Often they reveal internal battles, fears that need confronting, or distractions that threaten one's path. Instead of fearing these dreams, the chosen interpret them. A storm might symbolize inner turmoil. A locked door could mean untapped potential. Decoding the message is where the real power lies. The deeper they dive, the more they realize. Their dreams are shaping them, preparing them for something greater. Some chosen ones wake up feeling a surge of energy, as if their soul has traveled beyond the physical realm. Others feel the need to act immediately, whether it's making a decision, reaching out to someone, or even changing directions entirely. These are not random impulses. They are divine nudges, aligning them with their higher calling. And as they embrace this gift, they start to notice another pattern sometimes. These dreams aren't just about them. Sometimes they wake up with an unshakable urgency, not for themselves, but for someone else, almost as if they've been assigned a mission in the night. Ever woken up in the middle of the night with someone on your mind? No explanation, no warning, just a deep, unshakable feeling that you need to pray for them? That's not random. The chosen ones often act as spiritual warriors, called to intercede for others when they least expect it. While the world sleeps, they are awakened not by chance, but by purpose. It's as if the universe is sounding an alarm, urging them to step in. Intercession isn't just about saying a quick prayer and going back to bed. It's about standing in the gap, carrying spiritual prosperity and protection to those who need it most. Some feel an overwhelming urge to pray for a loved one. Others find themselves interceding for complete strangers, and often they have no idea why only that they must. Hours or days later, they hear news that confirms it. Something was about to happen, and their intervention made a difference. Buddhism teaches that compassion is one of the highest forms of spiritual practice. The Buddha himself emphasized the power of selfless service, of extending peace beyond oneself. Intercession works the same way. It's a direct act of spiritual generosity, channeling abundance and protection into someone else's life. The chosen don't always understand why they are called to pray for specific people, but they trust the pull. They act, knowing the impact is far greater than they can see. But here's the part most overlook. Intercession isn't just about words. It's about presence, about intention, about energy. Some chosen ones pray, others meditate, and some simply hold space for another's well-being. A practical step? When someone's name or face comes to mind unexpectedly, pause, take a deep breath. Speak prosperity and protection over their life. Light a candle, write their name in a journal, or even send them a message. Small acts can have profound spiritual ripples. At times, intercession feels like a burden. The chosen ones might wonder, why me? Why do I carry this weight? But here's the truth. It's not a burden, it's a privilege. Not everyone is spiritually awake enough to hear these calls. Not everyone is entrusted with the responsibility of standing in the gap. And yet, the chosen ones are, because they are strong enough, because they are attuned enough, because they are ready. And the more they embrace this role, the more they realize something incredible. Interceding for others doesn't deplete them, it strengthens them. The energy they pour out returns in unexpected ways. Their own wealth of spiritual insight expands, their intuition sharpens, their connection to the divine deepens. They start seeing the invisible threads that link everything together, understanding their place in the grand design. But intercession is only part of the journey, because when the chosen wake up in the middle of the night, it's not just about helping others, it's also about themselves. These quiet hours aren't just for prayer, they're for something just as powerful: deep reflection, self-examination, and aligning with their highest truth. The night has a way of exposing everything we ignore during the day. When the world quiets down, the chosen ones find themselves face to face with their own thoughts, no distractions, no noise, just raw self-reflection. These moments aren't always comfortable. Old wounds resurface, past choices replay like a movie, and the question that never seems to fade lingers: am I truly aligned with my purpose? This is where real transformation begins. Many people avoid this kind of introspection, numbing themselves with entertainment, social media, or endless to-do lists. But the chosen ones? They embrace it. They know that prosperity isn't just external, it's an inner wealth, a deep alignment with truth. This is why they ask the hard questions. Am I living with integrity? Am I making decisions that honor my spirit? Where am I holding on to fear instead of faith? These answers shape their destiny. Buddhism teaches that self-awareness is the foundation of enlightenment. The Buddha spent years in deep meditation, stripping away illusions to find truth. The chosen experience something similar. Each night becomes a sacred space for spiritual refinement, a time to confront weaknesses, acknowledge strengths, and fine-tune their direction. The more they reflect, the clearer their path becomes. They don't just exist, they evolve. But this isn't just about deep thinking, it's about action. Reflection without change is wasted energy. That's why the chosen ones take practical steps. They keep a journal, writing down the insights that surface in the stillness. They meditate, allowing clarity to emerge naturally. Some even create personal alignment checklists, asking themselves daily, did I act in love? Did I follow my intuition? Did I resist fear? This practice isn't about perfection, it's about progress. At times, this level of self-awareness can feel overwhelming. Seeing one's own flaws with clarity is never easy. But here's the secret. Self-examination isn't about guilt, it's about growth. Every realization is an opportunity. Every uncomfortable truth a doorway to transformation. The chosen don't fear their shadows, they learn from them. They use the night not to dwell on regrets, but to recalibrate, to realign, to step closer to their highest self. And the most powerful part? This process brings an unshakable sense of peace. The deeper the reflection, the greater the clarity. The chosen ones wake up, knowing they are becoming stronger, wiser, more attuned to their calling. They don't carry the weight of unresolved thoughts, they resolve them. And in doing so, they experience something few ever do. A peace that defies circumstances, a stability that no chaos can shake. Because in the end, true power isn't found in control, it's found in clarity. And the chosen ones, they understand this better than anyone. That's why, no matter how turbulent life gets, they move through it with an inner calm that others can't explain. But this peace isn't just personal, it radiates outward, influencing everything and everyone around them. The world is loud-filled with distractions, challenges, and endless uncertainty. Yet, the chosen ones move through it differently. While others get swept up in fear, they carry an unshakable peace. This isn't because their lives are easy. Quite the opposite. They face storms just like everyone else, sometimes even greater ones. But their secret? They don't let the chaos around them dictate the peace within them. They anchor themselves in something deeper. This kind of peace isn't about avoiding problems, it's about knowing they don't define you. Prosperity isn't just material wealth. It's a state of being, a confidence that no external situation can steal. The chosen understand that challenges aren't punishments, they're training grounds. When life throws uncertainty their way, they don't crumble. They pause, breathe, and remember. Every obstacle carries a lesson, and every setback is just a setup for something greater. Buddhism speaks of equanimity, the ability to remain calm and balanced, no matter what arises. The Buddha himself faced criticism, hardships, and even betrayal, yet he remained steady. The chosen ones cultivate this same inner stillness. They practice detachment not from love, but from control. They understand that peace isn't found in forcing outcomes, but in trusting the flow of life. And that trust? It's what allows them to move through storms without losing themselves. But let's be real, staying calm in chaos isn't easy. That's why the chosen ones develop habits that reinforce their peace. Meditation, breathwork, and spiritual reading become daily anchors. A practical step? Start your mornings in silence. Before checking your phone, before speaking to any, breathe. Set an intention for the day. Declare that no matter what happens, your peace is non-negotiable. Because true wealth isn't just financial, it's emotional and spiritual stability. Of course, there will be moments when emotions rise, when the pressure feels unbearable. But here's the thing, peace isn't about never feeling stressed. It's about knowing how to return to center when stress comes. The chosen ones recognize the early signs of chaos creeping in: racing thoughts, tension in the body, a sense of urgency. Instead of reacting, they pause. They ask, is this situation worth my inner peace? Most times, the answer is no. And the more they protect their peace, the more powerful they become. People notice it: the way they handle difficulties, the way they don't get rattled easily. Their energy shifts rooms. Their presence alone calms those around them. They embody a rare kind of abundance, the kind that isn't shaken by external circumstances. And in doing so, they inspire others to seek the same inner wealth. But here's where the journey gets interesting. This unshakable peace often sets the chosen ones apart. While others are swept up in drama and distractions, they remain steady. And over time, this creates a deep sense of isolation, because when you don't operate like the world, you start to feel like you don't quite belong. There's a price to being different. The chosen ones walk a path few understand, and that path often leads to solitude. It's not that they don't crave connection, they do, but their journey demands a level of spiritual awareness that separates them from the crowd. They see beyond the surface, question the status quo, and refuse to engage in meaningless distractions. And as they grow, they find themselves standing alone, wondering, why do I feel so disconnected? This loneliness isn't a punishment, it's a refinement. The chosen ones aren't isolated because they're unworthy of companionship. They're isolated because their spirit operates at a different frequency. They don't fit into environments that thrive on gossip, fear, or scarcity. They think differently, speak differently, and move differently. And when they try to force themselves into spaces that no longer resonate, they feel it immediately, like a deep, unshakable discomfort. Buddhism speaks of the solitary path of the awakened soul. The Buddha himself left behind his former life to seek truth, embracing solitude as a means of transformation. The chosen ones experience a similar journey. Their isolation isn't about rejection, it's about elevation. They are being set apart, not to suffer, but to evolve, to break free from outdated patterns, to cultivate a level of spiritual prosperity that most never reach. But here's the good news. Solitude isn't the same as loneliness. The chosen ones learn to use this time wisely. Instead of mourning what they've lost, they build what they need. They deepen their meditation practice, refine their skills, and strengthen their connection to the divine. A practical step: instead of resisting solitude, lean into it. Read books that expand your perspective. Journal about your journey. Spend time in nature. Fill the space with abundance, not lack. Of course, the ache for companionship never fully disappears. But something shifts. When the chosen ones embrace their solitude, they stop seeking validation. They realize that the right people, the ones who truly align with their purpose, will come, and they won't have to chase them. They will naturally gravitate toward those who share their vision, their values, their depth. Wealth isn't just money, it's the quality of relationships you attract. And when those connections finally arrive, they feel different. There's no need for pretense, no pressure to shrink themselves to fit in. They find their soul tribe people who understand without explanation, who value depth over superficiality, who celebrate their spiritual growth rather than question it. And suddenly, all the nights of solitude make sense. They weren't being abandoned, they were being prepared. Because the chosen ones don't just experience loneliness for no reason. It's part of their refinement. And when the time is right, they step out of isolation, not weaker, but stronger. Not lost, but deeply aligned. Because every night spent alone has led to something greater: a renewal, a transformation, a strength that carries them forward into their destiny. The nights may be long, but the chosen ones always rise. Each morning isn't just another day, it's a rebirth, a chance to step into their power with renewed strength. While others wake up drained from restless sleep, they emerge refined, sharpened by the lessons of the night, the battles they faced in their dreams, the moments of deep reflection, the silence that once felt heavy. All of it serves a purpose. And when the sun rises, so do they. This renewal isn't just physical, it's spiritual. The chosen ones don't wake up carrying yesterday's burdens. They release them. They understand that true prosperity isn't just accumulation, it's also letting go. That's why they practice gratitude before anything else. Before checking their phones, before speaking a word, they acknowledge the gift of a new day. A simple practice: the first thought upon waking: I am ready for abundance. I am walking in purpose. Words shape reality. Buddhism teaches that every day is a fresh opportunity to align with truth. The Buddha himself emphasized the impermanence of all things. The past is gone, and the future is unwritten. The chosen ones embody this wisdom. They don't dwell on last night's struggles. They don't replay old mistakes. They move forward, lighter, clearer, more attuned to the divine rhythm of life. And in doing so, they cultivate an unshakable inner wealth that fuels them. But strength isn't just a mindset, it's a habit. The chosen ones have morning rituals that reinforce their power. Meditation, movement, reading. Each practice is intentional. Want to strengthen your mornings? Start with breath work. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. This resets the nervous system, calms the mind, and sets the tone for the day. Small habits, when practiced daily, create unstoppable momentum. And here's the truth: not every morning feels easy. Some days, the weight of the night lingers. The chosen ones still experience moments of doubt, exhaustion, and resistance. But they don't stay in that space. They remind themselves, challenges refine, not define. They push forward, knowing that strength isn't the absence of struggle, it's the ability to keep going despite it. And this resilience, it's what sets them apart. As the world rushes into the chaos of the day, the chosen ones move differently. Their energy is grounded, their spirit is steady. People notice. There's a presence about them, unspoken confidence, a quiet power. They don't just wake up, They rise with purpose. And because of this, opportunities flow to them effortlessly. Wealth follows clarity, and clarity comes from alignment. Their mornings set the stage for everything that follows. But this renewal isn't just for them, it's preparation. The strength they gain each morning isn't meant to be kept, it's meant to be shared, because the chosen ones don't just exist for themselves. They are being refined, strengthened, and prepared for something far greater, a mission, a responsibility, a divine calling that requires every ounce of wisdom they've gained. Being chosen isn't about status, it's about service. The path isn't meant to be easy, and it's certainly not for the faint of heart. The chosen ones are tested, refined, and shaped through experiences that demand strength, wisdom, and resilience. But here's the truth most people overlook. This calling is a privilege. It's an opportunity to break cycles, to bring prosperity and abundance, not just to themselves, but to those around them. Every battle has a purpose. Every lesson is a preparation. Responsibility comes with knowledge. The chosen ones don't just receive wisdom for personal gain, they're meant to share it. Some do it through words, others through action, but all of them are meant to influence, uplift, and guide. Think about it. The Buddha didn't keep his enlightenment to himself. He walked, he taught, he changed lives. Spiritual wealth is meant to circulate. That's why the chosen ones can't afford to play small. Their presence is needed. But let's be honest, this role can feel heavy. There are moments of exhaustion, of questioning, of wondering, why me? The chosen ones don't always feel strong, yet they keep going. Why? Because they understand that lasting wealth isn't about comfort, it's about impact. Their trials refine them into leaders. Their solitude sharpens their discernment. Their nights of struggle prepare them to carry wisdom the world desperately needs. So how do they fulfill this responsibility? By mastering themselves first. They protect their energy, guard their minds, and choose their battles wisely. A practical step? Stop engaging in draining conversations. Stop explaining yourself to people who aren't ready to understand. Instead, invest in spiritual growth. Read texts that expand your perspective. Meditate not just for peace, but for clarity. The chosen ones lead by example, not by force. And here's the paradox. The more they embrace their calling, the lighter it becomes. What once felt like a burden transforms into purpose. What once felt isolating becomes empowering. They no longer seek approval because they know who they are. They don't chase opportunities. Wealth, success, and alignment flow to them naturally because they are operating in divine rhythm. This is the shift that changes everything. People will notice. They will sense the authority in their words, the peace in their presence, the certainty in their actions. Some will be drawn to them, seeking guidance. Others will resist, intimidated by their clarity. The chosen ones don't take it personally. They understand that not everyone is ready. Their job isn't to convince it to shine. And in doing so, they awaken others to their own potential, creating ripples that reach farther than they ever imagined. But this journey doesn't end here, because every chosen one must come to a realization their path isn't just about them. It's about stepping fully into their purpose, walking in faith, and embracing the role they were destined for. And the next step? It's not about waiting. It's about rising, taking action, and stepping boldly into the life they were meant to live. As you reflect on everything we've shared, ask yourself, how do you see your nights now? Do you view them as challenges or as opportunities for divine growth? The chosen ones don't run from the struggle, they embrace it, because through the discomfort, the restlessness, and even the solitude, they are being shaped into something greater. Every night, every moment of silence is preparing you for something powerful. So, as you move forward, take this knowledge with you. Your path is sacred. The experiences you face are not coincidences. They are the universe's way of guiding you to your higher purpose. Embrace the lessons, no matter how difficult they may seem, and trust that you are always being led toward your destiny. Now, think about your next step. Will you resist? or will you rise? Will you allow your nightly experiences to refine you, or will you let them pass by unnoticed? The choice is yours. But one thing is certain: the more you align with your divine purpose, the more you will see the abundance, prosperity, and wealth that comes with living in your truth. If this resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And don't forget to subscribe to this and activate the notifications so you can continue learning about your sacred journey. The best is yet to come.